actually is called a tachi because it's got a longer handle, okay? That's a Subarito, isn't it? That's big. Yeah, that's like, you know. And so what we typically do is make them about halfway, so they're kind of scooted out, Simon, so it's kind of halfway, and it wants to just kind of hang there. And if you have a real one, that's where the sheath is, okay? We're going to learn how to draw and strike and block. That's the first thing we're going to learn how to do. In our draw, if I can borrow you for just 2 seconds, just stand there. Have you got him in frame? Okay. When you draw, I'm going to be right lead forward, okay? When you draw your weapon, you want to draw straight as if you're going to poke him in the neck till it clears. Then you turn and cut right across his throat. You're just taking off his throat. So when this thing comes out, it's like that, and you let it follow through to come into a position, okay? So when you come out and you follow through, you want to come into an attack to the head. Now, we don't normally know where this is, so guys, go slow, right? But when I'm here, you can see where I was right off his neck. I was cutting right through his neck, right? One time I did this in a bar, nicked this guy on the neck and just came in and sat it right there. And this guy says, oh, okay, that's good. All right. So, and I'll show you how to resheath it too. So you're here and you're coming out, you make that cut, you make that hit. When you resheath it, you're going to spin it to the back side is here. You would have your sheath right at the here, and you don't look anywhere else but the opponent, and you bring it in and you resheath it. Okay. So first things first again, draw straight for the neck till it clears your sheath, cut across the neck, and come to there, right? Okay, make sure you have plenty of space. All right, now we'll break up. Okay, and then I'll swap out, I'll borrow a sword and we'll do a parry block to parry block attack.
Okay.
All right, and you'll need to get me in frame, I think. That always helps.
Oh, you want to be on camera?
Yeah, that always helps.
How could you tell you weren't in frame?
Because he's looking that way.
Oh, okay.
Okay. What you want to kind of focus in on is the sheath here. Remember how I said you carry your sword halfway, roughly, so that this is horizontal to the ground, okay? You'll see people carrying them all different ways, but this is the way I have been taught to carry that. When you draw your sword, notice how I kind of move my sheath out with me. I'm going to unlock with my thumb. Okay, depending upon how good your gear is, this won't fall out. This one will fall out, okay, but 90% of the time it will not. So you have to unlock it. I retract my sheath as I'm coming towards his neck. See how that cleared? Cutting across him, coming to here. Now notice I also move my sheath back up so I can actually fight with the thing if I have to. It's not dangling down out there. When I recover, okay, I'm doing my twirl to here. Notice I brought my sheath back again. Notice how I've got my fingers on top of the blade, okay, the non-cutting side. And I'll keep my eye on Greg Sensei as I continue to sheath my weapon. Notice now I felt that it fell into the sheath itself. Now I bring the sheath forward and the blade back. That's how you use a real version, okay? You know, we probably will not get a chance to do that today, but that's why we're going through the motions, okay? All right, now, may I borrow your sword for a second? Thank you. Whew, man. Yeah. Okay. So we learned the draw, we learned the attack. Now, we're going to go on the on guard. Well, after you do the draw, and after you get ready to do this, you'll come on guard. I'll come on guard. On guard is where he has to look directly down my blade. If you're fighting Godzilla, Godzilla's going to be looking down your blade. If you're fighting a midget, it's down there, okay? So they've got he has a very tough time knowing where the tip is optically. If I can see a bunch of this blade spatially, I know where that tip is. But he has it right there, and I can't focus on him and this tip at the same time, which means he can actually slide it into me very easily. Okay, that's the theory. So after we've done this, I'm going to do an attack. he's going to do a parry block. As I'm coming down, he's doing a parry block, letting that slide off. Needs a deep, that, boom, that's what he wants. Never dead stick anything. So if you attack, you do not do this, okay? You don't do that. Blades shatter, okay? You're taking all that energy, not good. What you want to do is almost not be there, okay? And there it is, okay? So notice I'm moving offline. I'm not going to stand there. So as he's coming down, see how I'm offline? And I'm going to bring my foot back out of there too. His hit helps me make that turn to attack him, okay? That's called a parry block. The parry block left attack. I'm moving left and making my attack, okay? So we're going to do that. So after you make your draw, go ahead and sheath yours. After I make my quick draw, and I'm here, heel draw, we'll come on guard. I will make the attack, okay? Right? See that? I actually switched my feet and I shouldn't have. Let's do it right. Okay? I'm making my, here, you're on guard. I'm just going to step forward, and that's the attack. He could attack my arms, my head, my leg, depending upon where I was going. All right? So do it slow. All right? Let's pair back up. Thank you, Sir Andrew. 2 seconds. Oh, you can stay back. All right. When you attack, remember your hands. Lowest hand is down here. Highest hand is at the suba. Suba, okay? You don't have subas on yours. When we attack, I'm going all the way down my back almost for the strongest attack we have. Many styles will be just up here, which is fine too. And we'll learn those as well from an attack standpoint. It depends on where you are with your opponent. But we're going to try to force ourselves to get it down the mid part of our back. And as we step forward, we're connecting. Notice that, come here, Greg Sensei. I'm going to connect on your shoulder. So scoot forward a little bit. I'll do it really easy. What you want to notice is my foot, my forward foot. There will be no weight on that foot. When I make my attack, okay, I want the sword to connect first. That puts all my weight into that blade. And then I scoot up. So when I'm making this attack, boom. And you notice I was extended after the attack and I scoop my base back up underneath me. So when you do your attacks, make sure you're out there, okay? Make sure you're out there for those attacks that is coming down your back, arms rotating forward, weight coming forward, making the attack, you know, wherever you are, okay? All right, let's go do it. The reason why you want to hold your hand here is the power of the sword comes from the whipping action. I'm either pushing with this hand and pulling back with this one, causing it to whip forward. It's not a muscle thing, it's a whipping action. That's why you don't want your hands here, because it lessens, you don't have the leverage you do, okay, that you need to out here at the end, okay? All right? All right. If I blow it, don't hit me if you can help it, okay? But you've got to continue to follow through with your attack. So I'll be in an on-guard position, so Barney will come up, get on guard, and come right on through for an attack. So it's straight down here, okay? Okay, next. And this is called a line where we are, as a matter of fact, you know, working this out there. Okay. All right. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yep. Okay, you get the idea? Yep. Greg Sensei, you're in the front. Not too loud. Doesn't matter. Reality-based TV. Okay, Damien, you're in the front. You want to pick up your defender. He disarmed you. Very expertly, I might add. Stick it in your pocket. It's just flying all over the place. Okay. I thought it was Arabic. No, that's okay. Ah. Hey, Andrew, you're in the front. Oh, Andrew's in the front. Okay, circle around me. Big circle. Okay. Are we on? This is the drill where you don't know where it's going to come from. The only way you know where it's going to come from is they're going to make a noise. Okay? So somebody attacked me from behind. Okay? There you are. Okay? And you come back online again. And you don't know where it's going to come from. So you can circle if you want to. All right? But we're going to do this nice and slow and easy in the beginning. Right? Okay, Greg Sensei, in you go. Fill in his hole. That'll work. You can use anything you want, Greg Sensei. You know it all. Oh, man. Oh, shit. You know. Smile, Greg Sensei. All right, now, also remember, do that same attack. Your back was turned, right? Do that same attack. Okay, remember? So, you know, you can. Okay. Yeah, you just shoot it behind you. You know it's coming down on you, right? So you shoot it in behind you. See, and then you make your turn, whatever you want to do. Yep. Okay. Continue. Okay, Barney, you're in the middle. Now we'll run it for a little bit here. That's it. Keep the flow going. One at a time, please. Okay, Damien, you're in the middle. Good job, Damien. Damien, you do remember the attack me? Remember those? Okay, sparklers, right? Okay. We like the harder rubber knives because they more simulate what really happens, not the little floppy guys. When you carry your rubber knife, it should be in the small of your back at an angle. If you're righty, it's on this side. The lefty, it's on that side, so you can pull it out easily, train with it. If you go to make a roll, you're going to roll right across that blade, so you got to remember to move that off somewhere if you're going to roll at all. Okay. May I borrow Greg Sensei? And we're going to be like this. Okay, go ahead and get a knife. We're going to practice what's known as a teardrop attack. Okay? Our knife fighting stance is usually like so. My left hand is forward and I'm guarding my blade so he can't kick it out, he can't cut it out of there. He's got to cut this hand. And yes, I have scars in this hand that show that in fact that's what happens. So if he wants to go ahead and cut my hand, he can do so, but I cut his neck instead with a teardrop attack. So yes, we both go to the hospital. I go get stitches, he goes to the morgue. Big difference, okay? So in our stance here, notice I'm not doing this. I'm really doing this. I want to guard it. I actually want to hide it. At nighttime, he wouldn't know what's back there, right? So you don't sit back here and do this because he knows what you've got, so here you are. So he's going to make an attack at my hand, okay? And what I'm going to do is go ahead and go slow, slow. You don't have to step. Just go ahead, just reach out. Just reach out and make a slash, okay? So he's going to do that. At the same time, I'm going to remove my hand, but I'm going to come up this way. See how my blade is still angled here? I'm going to come up and make a teardrop approach. See, he can't even stop this. If he went to grab it, he's grabbing the blade. He can't grab. That's the whole point of a teardrop angled attacks. He can't stop that blade without getting interpreted with the cutting edge, okay? So this is the drill. Matter of fact, we won't even worry about the cut. We're just going to do the drill. He's going to reach up and do a teardrop on me, okay? And I do one on him. Notice, go ahead. Notice how we have to angle forward. We have to ease into this. We have to lean a little bit to get him. I don't want to do this if I can help it just yet. It's much quicker to make the lean than it is the step. So you get used to doing that, okay? Notice how I'm recovering, he's recovering. His hand should be down like that, just about like that. So I can't see what you got. I can't see anything. And this is called a teardrop. Now notice, you might want to get a close-up. I'm assuming I have little red marks. That's telltale of where your target's at, okay? You're going to take a carotid on one side in the windpipe, and he's going to blow these nice frothy red bubbles. Then he's going to drown to death as it goes down, okay? Maybe. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to pair up, do the teardrop attack, okay? Alrighty. Why don't you work with Simon because he's hurt, okay? You work with Matt in there.
Pubes.
That's right.
We're good. We're on 10.
Okay.
Yep.
Now you're going to learn something. I'll borrow you again, Greg Sensei. We're going to fight again in our right leg forward, right hand forward, okay? He's going to make a stab to my stomach. I'm going to make a block like so. Stab to my stomach. Okay, notice how I'm making this block, right? Also, you'll have to notice, go ahead and stab again. See how I'm moving offline? If that weapon goes, which it will do, okay, it doesn't stick me. So in this motion here, I'm doing boom, okay, and he barely nicked me, and that's okay. I'm alive, okay? I'm still right here. Now, I hate to stretch out your shirt there. Okay, when I'm hitting him, go ahead. I'm hitting right here on this major muscle right there, okay? He will not be able to have any grip. These two sets of muscles on either side control your ability to grip. Matter of fact, if you grip hard, you can feel how strong that muscle is. When you cut that off, they don't have a knife anymore, okay? So all your blocks and stuff are done with that in mind, that you're going to be cutting. So when he's coming in here and I'm making this cut, boom, that knife is going to go that way again. That's the first thing. This is your X block, okay? Looks like an X. Second thing you're going to do very efficiently is come here and cut across his neck. From here, boom, boom. Turn your head the other way. Final, heart, okay? So you've hit him 3 times in the neck and once in the heart, and I haven't moved yet. From here, 1, blade up, 2, blade down, really pull it in there. Notice how far back I am now. Now I'm going into the heart. I'll show it on this side for the camera. So I made my hit here, cut, hand up, slap. You're trying to get some real momentum here now. Whole body's turning, whack, right? Parallel to the ribs to go into the heart. Mucho overkill, okay? Mucho. But I only might get part of these. Okay, so then they add up on this opponent. All right? Okay, so we're here. Turn. Out of the way of the blade. Cut. Boom. 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 Okay? All right, let's same pairs. Let's do it again. Okay, by the way, my battery's down 50%. Okay. Simon had asked, how do we hold our blade? We always hold our blade in a full grip, not like this, okay? Later, you'll learn on your knives to index your knife so you can tell where the blade is oriented, so you never have to try to figure out where the blade is this way. And then people always like to poke and stuff with their thumb. But here's the problem with that. If you put your thumb on top of yours, okay, put it at my neck. Oops. Go ahead and get that up again. The problem of it is there's no opposing thumb. So as you hit this thing, it just rotates right out, okay? Now put your opposing thumb up there. Can't do it. Much more difficult. Now I can still disarm, okay, but I can't just knock it out of your hands, right? So it's very important to always keep an opposing thumb. That's why the monkeys gave us this thing, right? Opposing thumbs. That's why we're so great, opposing thumbs, right? Okay. All right. The next one is going to be extremely quick and very definitive from the same stab. So as he comes in and I make my block here, okay, right up in his neck. Just take it right up his neck. So his whole chest is turned towards me because of this block, you know, right on up the neck. I'll come on this side. So the stab comes in here, you're right there. End of sentence. Notice I'm keeping control of my midline, right? So there you go. We'll give that a try. Block, come straight on up. Same pairs. Did I turn it off?
You're on. You're on.
Okay. All right, come on over here. Now, last week, the last two weeks we've been paying attention to the universal law of escape. Now we're going to add that to our knife. May I borrow you, Damien? Okay. Knife in that hand. Grab my arm. Here we're in what's called is a stalled out position. We both got a hold of each other. This happens in real life, okay? Now, what we're going to do y'all remember, y'all, I sound like Paula's cooking show here suddenly. y'all, you like cheesy grits? Y'all? Okay. Now, you will remember how to get out of this. Hand parallel to the ground, step in, push my elbow, right? Boom. Now, just because you have a knife in your hand doesn't change anything. See this? Boom. How nice is that? Okay. So universal law of escapes. You're going to step in, you're going to parallel the ground with your hand like you're doing a push-up. Push your elbow to his. That frees your blade. Right from this efficiency, you're going to bring your elbow in, up a little bit as you make that cut. And then right down and in again. Just like you were going after his heart, but you're going to come in on that side. So you've cut across his windpipe and then back in again, but this has never left your hand. Okay, show it on this side. Let's dance this way. Okay, boom, cut, right? Now notice, I do like to bring his hand into my body so I know where that blade is at. I don't like it hanging out here to do stuff. If I can bring that in and pin it, so much the better. Okay, let's give that a try. It's the last technique of the day. Okay, universal law of escape. Maybe I should show that. Greg Sensei, can I borrow it for you just a second? Get a close-up of this. So, hand parallel to the ground, stepping in, coming out between fingers and thumb, pushing my elbow in there. It's all leverage. Okay, now hold me as tight as you can. Okay, notice he's holding me very tight. Hold me as tight as you can. Please hold me tight. Please, 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 please. Okay, how easy that is. Simon, can I borrow a big guy? This is Simon, my buddy. You don't pay your bill, Simon comes to visit you. Look at the grip that this guy's got. Hold me as tight as you can, Simon. Look at this. See how easy that is? Hold me tight, Simon, come on. Okay, that's the universal law of escape. Had I not come out between his fingers and his thumb, Simon can hold me all day long. But as long as I orient myself, Simon can never hold me. And that's what Simon says. Thank you, Simon. Okay. We usually go sit down and talk about what you learned, but because now we're going to have to change this, Simon says I have to be out here. So what you want to try to think of is something that was like, whoa, that was really cool. When I get down to you, I'm going to ask you what you learned that you liked. There's usually like one thing that was like, wow, that was really cool. Greg, Sensei, what did you learn you liked?
I like the efficiency of how one move can do multiple kills.
Okay.
One simple move can damage you in 3-4 different ways.
And you have the flexibility of going any which way you want to.
Either way you want to.
Good. Damien, what did you learn you liked?
I like the knife techniques because it's most common that'll happen to you on the streets. And there's multiple techniques you can use, and you can make the guy look silly. So I really like doing that.
Anybody with a knife, I wouldn't worry about making them silly. So the reason I'm getting close to you guys so the mic can hear you, okay? All right. And Christian, what did you learn you liked?
The knife stuff, same thing. Or say like there's a gang of them all with knives. You just do that one thing to one person really bad, everyone's going to back down.
Absolutely. Andrew, what did you learn you liked?
I like reviewing Universal Law of Escapes because Damien's bigger now, and when he was grabbing me,
When he was a wimp before, now he's a Polish stud. Yes.
it was bigger, and I was trying to match strength with him. But then when I finally just started doing the technique and getting my hand parallel, I was able to get my arm out every time, no problem.
Absolutely. Yeah, and for those on the internet watching, the Universal Law of Escapes, we learned it empty-handed, and a lot of martial artists, as soon as you put a blade in their hand or some other tool, they forget all that stuff. So we tried to blend it back and forth between weapons and empty hand techniques. They don't matter. They don't change at all. Barney, what'd you learn you liked?
I've always loved the knife on knife. In fact, that's what got me interested with your knife on knife combat video that you have out there.
Oh, I love the plug.
Yeah.
What was that again, Barney?
Knife on knife combat video.
Okay, good. A 3 DVD set, by the way.
Well, that's I had already been familiar with that. So what I enjoyed learning today was definitely the sword, unsheathing,
Right.
slicing at the throat, and because I've never worked with swords, and that's fun. That was fun.
We had a request off the internet about sword work, and so this is what prompted some of the work today. It doesn't have to be a katana. It can be a broadsword. I mean, a lot of these techniques are just absolutely the same. If you look at Conan the Barbarian, you'll look and see our stuff. If you look at, particularly if you look at, what was the one with Tom Cruise in it? The Last Samurai. It's like everything of ours is in there, okay? I never saw that actually. Okay. So Jonathan, what did you learn you liked?
I liked the circle with people.
Oh, everybody coming at you? Yeah, yeah. What'd you like about that?
Just people, you'd have your back turned and someone would come at you. And
Intense, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of styles don't do anything like that. And we started, this is a white belt, we started from ground up with that. Simon Says, this is Simon Says. Simon, what'd you learn you liked?
The knife fighting close hand-to-hand combat with knives being stuck on each other and
You stalled out, right?
stalled out. Yeah.
You had learned something, you guys were pushing on each other?
Yes, I learned that we're both pushing on each other, and no matter how big you are, no matter how small you are, you could easily take their momentum and use it against them, draw them into the knife, and plus your thrust will really do some damage.
Good, good. And Matt, first class from a long time, what'd you learn you liked?
The Universal Law of Escape and how to defend myself against a knife-on-knife attack.
Oh, cool. All right. Kerry Sensei, behind the camera. Kerry Sensei, what'd you learn you liked?
I like the closeness of our knife-on-knife work. A lot of the knife-on-knife fighters keep such distance, and we close in very tight to hit our targets, work our targets.
Greg Sensei had mentioned it. However, though, when they get real knives, that distance tends to open up quite a bit, and at least in the initial engagement. After that, you want to get as close as you can get. Good. Gosh. Oh, okay. Well, I'll cut that off. On close, again, we're trying to move our technique along with our weapons all the time. So each class has kind of got a one-third, one-third, one-third look to it, and we haven't started fighting too much yet because some of the new people don't have enough tools yet to do that. So we'll continue to do that. I suspect next week, which I will be here, and we'll be doing maybe some gun stuff too if your friend comes over too.
And that's what Simon Says.